All right, race fans, I'm Owen McCall coming to you from the new Smyrna Speedway in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And right now, the Pro Late models are rolling out onto the track. When the green flag flies, these Pro Late models are going to go for 50 laps around this historic high-banked half mile in Central Florida. As they are, because of earlier inclement weather and the rain delay that followed, single file starts and restarts only, no double file starts and restarts. And as they are rolling onto the track, here's how they're going to line up. In the 81, that is Giovanni Bromonte. In the 4, that is Rodney Butcher. In the 24, it's Dalton Smith. Cole Anderson is in the 97. The 17 is Blaise Hetznecker. The 38 is Ricky Moxley. Robert Strader is in the 11. Dalton Smith is in the 71, and Andrew Franzone is in the 3. There's one car listed on my sheet that is not out here tonight, and that is the 17C of Colby Clements. He was out here taking a few hot laps earlier, but I don't see him on the track right now. So we'll have to see where he's at. But there are a few drivers to watch for in tonight's race. One driver to keep your eye on is the 97 of Cole Anderson. Came all the way down here from Minnesota to compete in tonight's race, driving the number 97 Toyota for Mike Skinner. He won the Pro Late models at Speedweeks in a pretty dominating fashion. And he's back out here tonight for this 50-lapper. And another car to keep your eye on, the 71 of Dawson Fletcher, the Total Toyota. He raced out here earlier this year, placed 3rd behind track regular Brad May and Mike Skinner. Colby Clements has joined us in the 17C. He's in the back end of the field. Now, if you may have noticed, there is one glaring omission from tonight's starting lineup. Defending Pro Late Model track champion Brad May is not in tonight's race. So with Brad May absent, that opens the door for a winner tonight. Could that winner be our pole sitter, Gio Bromonte? Could it be New Smyrna regular Dalton Smith? Could it be Cole Anderson or Dawson Fletcher or Robert Strader? Any of these drivers in the field could win. But the 2 drivers to keep your eye, there are 3 drivers in this race to keep your eyes on. The 81 of Bromonte on the pole, the 97 of Anderson, and the 71 of Fletcher. All 3 are young drivers who are ready to prove their talents. Very talented young drivers. Keep your eye on those drivers as this 50-lap race gets underway. Right now, the 1-to-go signal is coming out. Next time by, the green flag will wave, and Gio Bromonte will be leading them to the green in that 81 car. 50 laps of Pro Late Model racing action. All right, they're going down the backstretch. Here we go. Daytona Dodge Pace Truck is pulling off of the track. We're waiting for the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Giovanni Bromonte gets a hot start. As he goes out into turn 1. Ricky Moxley is going to go to the inside of Dalton Smith for 3rd. Cole Anderson going to try to follow him in 4th. And Cole Anderson will get it. 4th away from Dalton Smith, who is starting to try to fall back in that Ryan-Tech Chevy number 24. Here we go now. Anderson to the inside of Moxley. Battle for 3rd. Cole Anderson gets 3rd away from Moxley. These guys are racing hard right out of the gate. Dawson Fletcher in the 71 trying to make a run to the front as he needs to get around Hetznecker and Strader, but up front it is all Giovanni Bromonte in the early stages. Rod Butcher right now hanging on to the 2nd spot in that 4 car, but here comes Anderson trying to take it away. Anderson reeling Butcher in. To the inside goes Cole Anderson. Butcher still holds 2nd by a nose, but as they go through 1 and 2, Anderson has taken that 2nd spot away from Butcher. Right now, Bromonte currently running away in the early stages of this 50-lap feature event. One of the other drivers I told you to keep an eye on, Dawson Smith in that 71 car. He's trying to make a run to the front. He's got past those 4 cars in the back, and he's trying to reel in Dalton Smith in that 24 car. Bromonte still dominating the early stages of this race. Right, here we go now. Battle for the 5th spot. Fletcher has reeled in Smith. To the inside goes Dawson Fletcher. Side by side through 1 and 2 they go. Out of turn 2, Dawson Fletcher is going to win the battle for 5th over Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith will try and stay close, but Fletcher trying to sail to the front here. That's better easier said than done. As they run right now, it's Bromonte in first, Anderson in second. In third, it's Butcher. Ricky Moxley is fourth. Fletcher is fifth. Smith is sixth. That's how they're running. Now we could have a battle for the third spot. Rod Butcher gets loose. Butcher in the inside wall. Caution is out. For car number 4, that is Rod Butcher. Got loose off of turn 2, and he has made contact with the inside wall. Our first caution of this 50-lap feature event for the Pro Late Models, the main event of the night, has come out. Butcher used to race late models, mini stocks, my bad. Rod Butcher used to race mini stocks here back in the 80s. A while back, he came out here in that 4 car and debuted it in the Pro Late Models. This is the second time this year we have seen that 4 car out here, and it is sitting there on the inside wall of the backstretch after making contact with it from getting loose off of turn 2. Caution is out. And there's a car in the pits. Problems for the 11 of Robert Strader. He's down in the pits, pulling up alongside that wall. So Strader having some problems here in the early stages as well. Now with all the water on the track, what happens is that you have these grass strips on the back, down the straightaways. You can see it down here on the front stretch, and it's down there on the back stretch. Well, the thing with this, all this rain, is that it turns the dirt that the grass is growing in into mud. If you get into those grass strips, you get stuck, and so he can't really pull that 4 car out of there himself. So Rod Butcher is going to need that tow truck to get his late model out of there. And now problems for another car under this caution. The 17 of Blaise Hetznecker has now pulled into the pits. Issues on the 17. Now, Blaise Hetznecker, that's a name we have not heard out here in a while. Him and his sister were down running at Auburndale in the Supers, but now they're back up here in the Pro Lates. And so problems for Hetznecker, and as he's in the pits, and the other car in the pits getting looked at is the 11 of Robert Strader. So under this caution flag, now Hetznicker's going to come back out. They got that underway, but Strader still in the pits. Something wrong on the number 11 Ford. As right now, cleanup begins on removing Rod Butcher's number 4 from the backstretch wall. 7 laps are in the books. 43 laps remain in tonight's 50-lap feature. Right now, the top 4 with that wreck. Dawson Fletcher has now moved up into the 4th spot if he can get around the experienced driver of Ricky Moxley in the 38. As they run right now, under this caution flag, it's Gio Bromonte in the lead, followed by Cole Anderson, Ricky Moxley, Dawson Fletcher, Dalton Smith, who is a regular out here at New Smyrna, Andrew Franzone, Colby Clements, and Blaise Hetznecker. In the pits right now, it is Robert Strader, and on the tow truck, possibly out of the race, it is Rod Butcher. Once the green flag comes back out, these cars will get it whipped up and fly, and the laps will start winding down fairly quickly here tonight as all the cars are working their way around the track under this caution. And Robert Strader has his issues on pit road fixed. The 11 will be joining the tail end of the field. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, because of the rain delay that we had earlier, in fact, this was the main event of the night. We were supposed to start at 7:30. It is 10:55 right now. According to my watch, it is 10:55 right now, and we are running this race. We didn't start till after 9 o'clock with the green flag falling on the first feature. So right now the track's trying to do the best they can with the late start from the rain delay. And because of that rain delay, they also scrapped the Victory Lane interviews. As you can see, Victory Lane is turned into a pond. The Hampton and Victory Lane is turned into a pond. So because of that, they're going to do the winners' pictures in the pit on the pit road. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Rod Butcher's number 4 being towed away. We'll be back to caution shortly, back from the caution shortly to the green flag when everything gets cleared up and that 4 gets removed off of the racetrack. He might not have had the fastest car, but Rod Butcher was running very solidly in that second spot when it happened. It all started when Anderson made his way in the second. Butcher was running in third. When the battle for the third spot with Moxley started, that's when the car began to get loose. And Butcher, the back end just swung around on him and he wrecked. Now, while we're here, to any viewers who are watching this video in the New England states, September 21st and 22nd at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, it's the full throttle weekend at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, September 21st and 22nd. There you can see a 200-lap race from the Wheel and Modified Tour and the NASCAR Pinty Series, which races in Canada, will be coming down to the States for their first ever race in America. So September 21st and 22nd, the full throttle weekend at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Go and check it out. And there's Rod Butcher's number 4 being brought down the pit road. The 1-to-go signal is coming out. Lights out on the Daytona Dodge Pace truck. Lights out around the new Smyrna Speedway. And Blaise Hetznecker is going to bring that 17 back into pit road. Something is continuing to bug that 17, but when the green flag comes out, our pole sitter, Giovanni Bromonte, still showing the way. 7 laps in the books, 43 laps to go. Daytona Dodge Pace truck pulling down the pit road. Right now, we're going through 3 and 4. Once again, single file starts and restarts because of the rain delay. Green flag is back out. We are going to race. Down to turn 1 they go. Bromonte still holding the lead with Anderson second, Moxley in third, Fletcher in fourth. Dawson Fletcher now trying to reel in. Now, my mistake, I've said the wrong 17 car was in the pits. Colby Clements is in the pits, not Hetznecker. But right now, Bromonte's still out front. Dawson Fletcher trying to reel in Ricky Moxley for third. As they go through 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Anderson in the 97, he came all the way down here from Minnesota to be in this race. Fletcher in that 71 car, he kind of tours around the country to compete. His lowest finish this year is a 6th, which was at a race in Alabama. And like I said earlier, folks, last time he was here, he placed third behind track regular Brad May, who won the race, and Dale Earnhardt's former teammate Mike Skinner. But up front, it is still the 81 of Gio Bromonte with Cole Anderson all over his rear bumper in the 97. Anderson trying to reel Bromonte in the 81. The laps are winding. The laps are kicking off pretty quickly here at New Smyrna. Now we've got the car straight and rolling. The 17C of Colby Clements is putting that thing back in the trailer on the infield, so something must have went wrong on the 17C. But up front, it is still Gio Bromonte. Cole Anderson trying to go to the inside of Bromonte as they go through 3 and 4. Cole Anderson on the inside. New leader. It's the 97 of Anderson. He slipped up by Bromonte as if it was nothing. That 97 Toyota of Anderson, my bad, is now the new leader after he passed Bromonte for it. Meanwhile, a considerable distance back in third, it's Moxley, and he's putting on a bit of a distance between him and Dawson Fletcher. And then a considerable distance behind Fletcher, we have our 4 other cars of Dalton Smith, Blaise Hetznecker, Robert Strader, and Andrew Franzone. A battle for the 5th spot is brewing between Hetznecker and Smith. Smith is a regular out. Now, of all the drivers in this race, I guess you could say that Smith is the only regular driver out here in that blue number 24 Ride Tech machine. As him and Hetznecker are side by side for fifth down the front straightaway. Hetznecker gets it by a nose at the line. Now, Hetznecker used to be a regular out here at New Smyrna. This is the first time in a while we've seen that 17 out here. He was racing super late down at Auburndale. And he came back up here to run the races. He's gotten the fifth spot away from Dalton Smith, and now him and Robert Strader are in a battle for the sixth spot. Talked with him down in the pits earlier, said Ride Tech, him and his dad Mark have said that Ride Tech has done a lot for that 24 team, and it's great to see him out here running tonight. Right, a familiar sight in a sea of new and unfamiliar faces, that blue number 24 Ride Tech Chevy. But up front in the 97 Toyota, that's Cole Anderson, another young driver showing the way here. Bromonte trying to close the gap between him and Anderson and make it a race again. Laps are flying off the board here. Very quickly after New Smyrna Speedway. Again, this is a 50-lap feature for these guys. They're also going to be serving as support the Clyde Hart Memorial, which will be Thursday, July 5th, right here at the New Smyrna Speedway. So if you're in town for the Subway Firecracker 250 on Saturday, July 6th, on Friday, July 6th, my bad, or the Coke Zero Sugar 400 on Saturday, July 7th. If you have time, Thursday, July 5th, stop on by to the New Smyrna Speedway for the Clyde Hart Memorial 100. Racing starts at 7:30. And if you have great short track racing, folks, you don't want to miss it. Plenty of top-tier late model drivers have entered the Clyde Hart Memorial. ARCA competitor Brandon Lynn has entered the race in his car, and several other top competitors to come. The aforementioned Brad May, he's probably not out here tonight because he's busy converting his Pro Late model into a Super Late so he can run the Clyde Hart next week. And the Clyde Hart is just one of many big events that the New Smyrna Speedway has out here. In November, the season closer here at New Smyrna Speedway is the Governor's Cup 200. For 3 years in a row, that race has been won by Ty Majeski, who's currently part of the Roush Fenway Racing Xfinity Series stable. Now, next time they come by, it's going to be the halfway point of the race. We'll be 25 laps in to the books here. Right now, battle to not be last between Franzone and Smith. Here comes the leader, Cole Anderson, to the halfway marker. Right now, Anderson coming up on slower traffic in the form of Dalton Smith's number 24 and Andrew Franzone's number 3. As some of these slower cars towards the back here are taking the halfway marker and getting the yield to the leader's flag. Now, to put this in perspective for you, that's our leader, Cole Anderson, putting a lap on Dalton Smith. Right there is third place, Ricky Moxley. He is so far back. He is at least half a straightaway back. Moxley is. And problems for the 71 of Dawson Fletcher, the driver who I told you to keep an eye on in the pre-race. Something is wrong on the Total Toyota number 71 of Dawson Fletcher. He is a front runner to win this race. Is in the pits. As I said, like I said earlier, his worst finish of the year going into this race was a 6th at a race in Alabama. And now he is probably out of this race. They're going to pop the hood open. And Anderson coming up to Hetznecker and Strader, putting more distance between him and Bromonte. The hood is up. The hood is up on Dawson Fletcher's number 71. Problems for the young 14-year-old out of Georgia. Meanwhile, Anderson still up front, getting around slower cars of Strader and Hetznecker. And again, these lap cars are putting more distance between him and that 81 of Bromonte. Here comes third place Ricky Moxley. That is how far back he is in third place. That Anderson has basically lapped the entire field. The only two cars he has yet to lap are the 81 of Bromonte and the 38 of Moxley. He's put a lap on everybody else. Meanwhile, Hood is still up. Work is still continuing on the 71 of Dawson Fletcher. Something went terribly wrong on the Total Toyota, number 71. That front has been all Cole Anderson all race long. As soon as he got the lead away from the pole sitter, Giovanni Bromonte, number 81. There he is, folks, all the way by himself. Now Dawson Fletcher's father is standing up here next to him. Yeah, that 71 car is done. The hood is down, but the driver is out behind the wall. And Fletcher's number 7. Fletcher tonight came to an early end. Very unfortunate because he is a talented young driver. And I recommend that you all out there do keep your eye on some of these drivers. Not just the 71 of Fletcher, but also our top two drivers. Two other young drivers to really watch out for, that 97 of Anderson and that 81 of Bromonte. Again, Cole Anderson. He came out here during Speedweeks to compete in the Pro Late Model competition. Won the Pro Late Model Championship during the World Series of Asphalt Stock Car Racing in an absolutely dominating fashion. And he is absolutely dominating out here tonight, I can tell you that much. Right now, the Mod Minis are heading to staging. The Mod Minis right now are another class that is being absolutely dominated by one driver right now. Bobby Dooley may have won the race on opening night, but after he won the race on opening night, it's been all Tyler Simpson. Since Dooley won on opening night, Simpson has won 3 Mod Mini features this year to Dooley's 1 out of the 4 that have been raced this year. Let's see who will go back to victory lane. Will it be Tyler Simpson to further extend his points lead, or will Bobby Dooley get back in victory lane and help put in Simpson's dominance this year? Right now, as the Pro Late Model feature is currently in its second half, with Cole Anderson just absolutely dominating in that 97 Toyota. The Mod Minis are coming to the staging area, coming down to the line for Anderson and Bromonte. 5 laps to go at the line. 5 laps to go into the Pro Late Model 50. There's your leader, Cole Anderson, coming out of turn number 4 in the number 97 Toyota, putting another lap on Dalton Smith's number 24. Again, Cole Anderson, Giovanni Bromonte, Dawson Fletcher. These are all all talented young drivers that you should all keep your eye on, especially that 97 of Anderson, dominating this race every way possible. He races the dirt track circuit up in Minnesota. He's down here to run Asphalt in the car owned by Mike Skinner, putting on a great, dominating performance tonight. And coming in second place, 81 is Giovanni Bromonte, another young gun. Bromonte right now, with that air in front of him, not being populated by lap cars, trying to close in, but it's not going to be enough. The white flag is out for Cole Anderson. And if Bromonte closes the gap, it's still not enough. Here comes your leader, Cole Anderson, coming out of turn number 4 to take the checkered flag after dominating much of this 50-lap feature. Anderson is your winner. Now, here's the perspective on how far ahead they were. Lap car. Here comes third place Ricky Moxley. That shows you how big of a gap that the two of them had. But ladies and gentlemen, this race, once he got up front, it was all Cole Anderson on that 97.